Good afternoon. I am Francesco and welcome to Tortellino time. Yesterday I cooked spezzatino, chicken spezzatino, and as part of the video I showed you how I chop up whole chicken. And in that process I had the backbone which I used for the stock I made for yesterday's meal. Today I'm going to show you how I maximize the use of the chicken, and in the spirit of zero waste I will be making an absolutely delicious pasta. I've got some stock left over here, so I will remove the backbone and I'll put it on a board over here. Also, as part of yesterday's recipe, I didn't use the wings and I didn't eat them. Said I would, but I didn't. So I'll put them here as well. And there is a little bit left here, which I will locate on the board. Next, I will be sieving the stock. I've got a little strainer here and I'll just pour it in there. And if you look here, I still got the celery and the various vegetables I used yesterday. So I'll give them a little push to make sure that I get out as much as possible. And this will go in the bin, but obviously I'll keep the water. I'm now going through the backbone and removing some of the meat, which is excellent for my recipe. And here there's, look, lots of meat which I can use, including anything that I can rescue from my chicken wings as well. Not a lot, but it all adds flavor. And this is how much chicken I've managed to rescue back. Quite a lot actually, and that would be wonderful with my pasta. Next I will be making a new base and I'll work on a new Sofrito. So I've got a carrot, a celery stick, a clove of garlic and a small onion. Italians use Sofrito for a lot of things, but generally one of the most widely applications is in pasta sauce, tomato sauce, when they make, for example, a bolognese, but also is widely used for a lot of meat dishes like pork and lamb. But in today's case, I'm doing a new base because I want to provide my pasta additional flavor. And I'm using, as I mentioned, celery, carrots, onion and garlic, but you can use anything you like, but generally you would need onion. It's always a standard vegetable in a Sofrito. Just onion on its own would be also quite good. And in the case of today, I'm going to leave my vegetables fairly chunky, because I think when the pasta will be cooked, they will look quite nice as well. So here's my onion as well. And with the garlic, I'll just give it a gentle crush and I'll leave it whole. Same pan used for the stock, so I can save on the washing up. No need to wash it, as it's gonna have chicken stock in it again. And olive oil to just put some on the base so that I can have a little coating. And I'll add all my chopped vegetables to it. And I can move on to the hob now. I've noticed that lots of people add garlic to very hot oil. I don't, because I think it will burn very quickly. Whereas actually, if you put the garlic with cold oil and then you heat it progressively, it releases a lot more flavor and you can control it better without burning it. And also my temperature at the moment here is medium high, number 6. I'll turn it up actually a little, number 7. And I'll leave it to sizzle for a good maybe 4 minutes until my garlic and everything are softened up, especially the onions and vegetables are very thick, chunky, so I want them to be a little bit softer. Okay, 5 minutes on and I'm ready to add a few chili flakes. I'll add them now, not a lot, otherwise Julie will not be very pleased. Also, the chili flakes is an optional ingredient. You can choose not to add them, but I think it will add a nice spice to the dish and I absolutely love them. Immediately followed by my chicken here, and I'm gonna give everything a good mix together now. I've got some rosemary left from yesterday, so I'm going to pinch a little, just a little, not a lot there, and I'll put it in. And I'll turn the heat up on maximum to start with, and I'll add all of my stock. Little tip, to ensure that it reaches the boil quicker, just place the lid on top and we'll get much quicker. Also, I'll be interested to know what do you do with any leftover chicken you might have. So if, for example, you were to cook a whole chicken and you've got the carcass left, or like me, the backbone, do you do any meals and reuse it? It'd be interesting to see what other people do. I love this sort of recipes because it's got two advantages. It will taste delicious, but also there is a feeling of reusing stuff which otherwise would go in the bin, and I give you a sense of satisfaction. It'd be interesting to know your thoughts. Maybe you can let me know in the comments. Thank you. And very soon has reached the boil, and I'll turn it down onto a medium-low simmer, number 3 in my case, and I will put the lid back on, and I'll leave it to cook very gently and slowly for about 10 minutes. Timing wise, depends on how well cooked you like your vegetables, because actually everything is cooked anyway. So what it's doing at the moment is just combining all of the ingredients together. In my case, after 10 minutes, everything will be cooked, of course, in terms of the vegetables, but I like my carrots to be slightly on the crunchy side, so 10 minutes is fine. If you want everything to be soft, cook them for longer, or if you like everything to be really, really crunchy, cook it for less. Entirely up to you. It's okay now, but you can do it accordingly. And I'm ready for my pasta, and tonight I will be cooking tortelloni, fresh pasta. These are filled with spinach and ricotta, but you can use any type of pasta you like. As long as it's short, I would recommend to go for something short like macaroni or shells. Avoid long pasta like spaghetti or linguine because it's going to be very brothy. Also, some of you have commented about the use of some of the Italian words in the channel, and I thought it'd be useful to give you a little Italian lesson, as you have commented that you like it. So what is the difference between tortelloni and tortellini? So tortellini are the smaller version of these. They're often very compact, and more often than not always filled with some meat, generally pork, ham, or something like that. Whereas tortelloni, the bigger version, are always a vegetarian option, filled with spinach and ricotta, like these ones, or pumpkin, or some wonderful inventions that they have in Italy. So, to recap, anything that ends in I-N-E is a diminutive in Italian, so is small, whereas actually augmentative is tortelloni, big, much larger. So that's your Italian lesson for the day. Anyway, let's put the tortelloni in with the broth next, and in they go. And I'll turn the temperature up again, and this will not require very long at all, maybe 4 minutes, 5 minutes top, and I will let do their own thing. Less than 5 minutes and everything is ready, so I will dish it up. Always start with the solids when you're doing something like this, and then you can add any liquid afterwards. I'm doing Julia's small portion. She's not feeling great, so she's asked only for a small portion, more for me. I'm now adding a little Parmesan cheese, which is ideal for these sort of meals. You must have noticed that I didn't actually add any salt. That was on purpose because the cheese is quite salty, but you can taste it afterwards, and if you want a little salt, always add at the end. And if you watched any of my videos, you'll know what is coming. Just a little olive oil to finish it off. Fresh raw olive oil on top of very hot food like this releases tremendous amount of flavor, absolutely delicious. And you will need a spoon if you've done tortelloni or tortellini. I'll try and see if I can get hold of a piece of carrot as well to see if I've achieved my objective. Bit too much there. The carrots are perfect, just slightly crunchy, but well cooked, and everything is delicious. Very simple meal, very delicious, very economic, of course, because you are making sure that you're using everything that you have. Try, let me know how you get on, or if you've got an alternative. Arrivederci e grazie. Buon appetito, ciao.